Holy shit.
Mama, come get it! Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, grab the girl hand. Oh Lord, you okay?
Oh shit, did John Cena.
A term used to describe a character so overpowered that they make the game stop functioning as intended and exploit the game's balance in their favor. Well, if cats aren't the most broken animals on the planet, God must have discontinued first place. I talk a lot about animals that got shafted by evolution. In fact, my most popular video today was about 10 of them. Well, if I ever do a video on nature's favorites, cats would surely be at the very top. Cats are arguably the most successful predators we've ever seen. With so many overpowered abilities, you swear it was plot armor. I don't even want to make this intro too long, so here's 10 superpowers your cat has that you may or may not have known. And number 1, 0 fall damage. You've probably heard that cats always land on their feet, but the real flex is being able to fall from heights that would have any human furnishing a coffin. A 1987 study showed that out of 132 cats that were brought to an emergency vet in New York City after falling out of a high-rise, 90% lived and less than 40% required life-saving treatment.
Guys.
It gets even wilder when you realize that cats actually have a better chance of getting airdrop from a building and walking it off the higher the drop was. And it's all because cats understand physics. You see, when you're in free fall, you accelerate towards the ground until you reach terminal velocity, where you literally can't fall any faster. When cats reach TV, they splay their legs and kind of just parachute the rest of the way down. And instead of landing on their feet, they break their fall with their chest and abdomen. Obviously, they don't completely tank the hit, but thanks to their relatively large surface area to weight ratio, they maximize the points of contact that smack the ground and therefore minimize the damage. And since cats apparently have lifelong beef with gravity, cats that reach terminal velocity instinctively know not to tense up, but instead relax and basically turn themselves into a kite on the way down.
Oh, I just do that like all the time.
Terminal velocity, they end up getting hurt way worse. So like in a weird twist, cats that fall from 2 to 7 stories actually end up more down bad than the ones that touch Earth from 10 stories up. In fact, cats have about a 95% chance of falling from 10 stories and living. Meanwhile, the average human has a 95% chance of getting outlined with chalk. Oh, and don't think the cutoff's 10 stories either. One cat named Sabrina took a 32-story express trip to the ground and walked away with only a punctured lung and a chipped tooth. Not to mention she was released and sent home 2 days later. Being impervious to fall damage is how snow leopards can not only make a living in the Himalayas, but can legit fall clear off a cliff, and the only injury they take is to their pride. Speaking of plot armor, did you know cats are actually built to predict the weather? You see, cat hair attracts static electricity, so they can pick up on the
that's why my hair gets all fizzy all the time
before a really bad storm. And the cat's inner ears are sensitive to sudden drops in atmospheric pressure, which announce the arrival of a cloud assault. Technically, so can we. It's why our ears do the most and pop on a plane, but it's just that cat ears are that much more sensitive. And they can even smell rain and lightning coming. It's so OP.
It smells bacas. That's how fucking powerful I am. I smell fucking bacas here.
That sailors used to use cats aboard ships as a four-legged forecast. Forecast. Apparently, a cat with the zoomies means you could expect strong winds. A cat that sneezed was warning you of heavy rain. And apparently, if one licked their fur against a grain mid-sail, then you better make like God's golfing, because it's finna hail. Now, to be fair, a month surrounded by nothing but sea and sea gives you a lot of time to just make stuff up. I mean, just how many sea monster stories was just a whale freeing his willy? But there might be some truth to the cat.
Whale
Cats will often spend extra time licking themselves before a bad storm, since having damp fur helps with the static thing I told you about. So basically, if cats could talk, we'd see a lot of meteorologists on unemployment. And speaking of no job, cats really managed to finesse their way into living in nearly 50 million homes in America rent-free. And one of the biggest reasons is because cats are the best manipulators nature has to offer. And if you think they aren't, you're probably a mark and you don't even know it. According to researchers at the University of Sussex, many cats will exploit their owners with a soliciting purr. It's more high frequency, triggers a sense of urgency in humans, and even somewhat resembles the cry of an infant, and we just have to assume that's intentional. And in experiments, not only did humans have a faster response time when hearing that purr compared to a normal one, it even affected people that never owned cats. This distress purr likely triggers a deep, innate nurturing response in humans, meaning you're literally hardwired to answer to it no matter what you were doing before. So apparently cats understand psychology too. That's not even really a joke. Both cats almost never meow to each other, but kittens do it with their mothers for food and warmth, and we have to assume they just figured out it works on humans too. And it's not just pet cats with this talent. Tigers have been known to imitate the sounds of their prey to lull them into a false sense of security. Tigers have reportedly mimicked sandbar deer and black bears. Bro, just listen to this.
Are you mooing because you want to be one with the cows? I don't think that's how you trick cows into
It could work, Karen. It could fucking work.
Tigers. The South American Margay will verbally cosplay as a
I'll
baby
fucking
monkey
tell them.
just to
They'll
mark its
fucking
parents in a
know.
Disney movie. And clearly the manipulation tactics were passed down. In fact, cats are so good at working people that they'd actually be great politicians, which is probably how Mayor Stubbs of Talkeetna, Alaska stayed in office for 20 years, even surviving assassination attempts by dogs, BB guns, and a deep fryer. But there's another special
What's a
ability
deep
cats have
fryer?
that could
Why
arguably be
the deep
most
fryer?
overpowered of all. Pretty privilege. It's how dolphins got Flipper, orcas got
So
Free
now you a
Willy.
cow?
Meanwhile, the best movie deal
Are
shark
you-
management
are you
could get them was
chipmunk?
being typecast as Jaws.
Exactly.
You see, there's this thing called baby schema. It basically means that
What?
humans have an intrinsic bias towards a certain set of facial features in people and animals, to the point where it just makes us want to protect them. And with their big head, wide eyes, and round forehead, cats literally remind us of babies. And even though it's a buff from nature, cats will 100% play into this by figuring out what combination of ear wiggling, whisker pointing, and eye narrowing gets the best response from people. Now add the fact that slow blinking with your cat can trigger oxytocin in both of you, the literal hormone that bonds a mother to her child, and you can see how cats were basically engineered to be irresistible. It's pretty privilege on every steroid possible.
So you're trying to say I'm irresistible? Thank you.
It's wild because if any other animal had a reputation for holding
Since you
difference
posted
in global
it.
genocide, it'd be cause of pause, but because it's cats, we just let it slide. Cat cuteness virtually has us in a chokehold, and I said virtual for a
Aw.
reason. It's said that 15% of all internet traffic
Yeah.
is driven by cat content. That's 50%
Yeah.
of all the stuff.
Yeah. World
I want you to think about that during
domination.
this ad. Matter of fact, and I'm willing to put money on it. For some of y'all, this ad's about to be cat related. Oh, you're back. Oh, by the way, was it cat related? I'm actually curious. But the thing that almost always gets forgotten is that cats give back as much as they take, which leads to their next flex, healing powers.
Yeah,
and not just
fucked.
for them. Science says having a cat living under your roof easily extends your subscription to life. Studies show that cat
Yeah.
owners are 40% less
Yeah, so that means if you subscribe right now, you get like a better subscription at life. Yeah. You hear that, York? You're getting a better life now. Let's fucking go.
likely to suffer a heart attack and have a 30% less chance of getting clapped by cardiovascular complications.
You're
And since
fucking
cardiovascular
welcome.
disease is one of the leading causes of preventable death today, cats are like a real-life one-up. Not to mention kids that grew up around cats have less of a chance of getting folded by allergies, especially if the exposure started in early infancy or even while they're still in the womb waiting room. And then there's the fact that just
Womb
petting
waiting
a
room.
cat can nerf stress levels and blood pressure. But if you really want to get literal about it, cats purr at a frequency that's said to improve bone density, repair tendons, and promote healing. I never really fully understood it, but apparently cats purr at a frequency that transmits vibrations throughout the body, vibrations that help increase blood flow to the affected area,
Get
thereby
fucked.
bringing more nutrients. It's also believed that those same vibrations can help with soft tissue injuries like sprains and strains. I know I said they live rent-free, but considering all they do to carry our health, again, I feel like we could let it slide. It's not just a buff to your health either. I vividly remember seeing a bunch of surveys that said that women on dating sites actually find men with cats more attractive. Something about seeming more nurturing
I am
or
a cat.
emotionally intelligent.
On an unrelated note, I want y'all to meet my editor and content manager, Aslan. Say hi, Aslan.
Hi,
Say
Asman.
Oh, good boy.
I tried to find the articles online, but apparently there was a switch up, and now women find cat owners less attractive. So
Bruh.
on another unrelated note, yeah, he isn't mine. I'm actually just cat sitting for a friend.
Bruh,
Shout out to you, Yusuf.
motherfucker.
Yeah, but anyway, cat claw armor is so strong that it might just be able
Ah.
to save you from cancer. We've all heard the stories of feline physicians detecting it
Damn.
in people before anyone else could. Cats have a sense of smell about 14 times stronger than humans, with their 200 million odoreceptors to our pitiful, almost embarrassing 5.
Get fucked.
Tumors produce volatile organic compounds, and these VOCs leave the body through sweat and breath. And there's a lot of respected researchers out there that will die on the hill that cats can sniff it out the same way dogs can. In 2018, rescue cat Mia climbed on owner Michelle Pearson's chest and wouldn't get off for anything, sniffing and pawing at, the right one, while also meowing and looking at her, as cats do. It wasn't until her husband checked for himself that he felt the telltale lump, and that's how the cat that was rescued from certain death ended up returning the favor and saving her owner from stage 2 breast cancer.
Damn.
That's not even much of a reach, considering there's also stories of cats warning their diabetic owners of their potentially fatally low blood sugar. Either that, or cats can see the future and they'll choose to keep you in theirs if they like you enough. And
Yeah.
even that's low-key valid, considering superpower number 7 is that
Yeah, exactly. So basically, Tuas Katos, you fuck with me. Your subscription to Earth has now ended. We'll work together. Yay!
cats have ultra instinct. Those whiskers can detect sudden changes in air currents to figure
Bro,
out
ultra
the size,
instinct,
shape,
let's
and
fucking
speed
go.
of nearby objects. It's like a whole radar system growing out of their face, and it's how a blindfolded cat is still hell on earth for any mouse in the area. Bro, I still don't think you're understanding just how much of a cheat Whiskers are. Cats can even
Ow.
use their whiskers to figure out what direction their prey is trying to dodge it in right before they pounce, allowing them to
Ooh.
cut off
Underscore
you go.
deuces
Wait, what?
underscore 18 is
Ah!
now following.
Dick Cruz, thank you for the follow. Did you guys know if you followed right now, your life subscription goes up too? Because I'm a cat, so apparently, and we apparently have healing powers. Let's fucking go. But how's your day going? I hope you're staying hydrated. Bro, this cat right here, he has the thing. I want this.
any possible escape routes.
Give
now,
me that.
to us, it's interesting and pretty cool, but to a mouse trying to make it home to his family,
He ain't gonna go home.
that's gotta be some bullshit. And cats don't just have them on their face, they have whiskers all over. And you can't even play dead with the cat since they have carpal whiskers that allow them to tell if their prey is playing or, actually past tense. And honestly,
Yeah.
this might be the most broken ability cats have.
Bro,
it's basically
get
impossible
fucked.
to catch a cat slipping. They don't have to hear you, they don't even have to smell you. All it takes is a small exchange in air currents to dry snitch on you. But as predators, cats are the ones that do the sneaking, which only makes their next ability even more of a jihad for their prey. Superpower number 8. Cats are athletic freaks of nature. No, seriously, cats are the most athletic group of animals on Earth.
So the point to make you to play
there
jumping,
might not be
for
a single
fuck's
event
sake.
at the Olympics that one of the 40 flavors of feline
who
can
was
flex
it?
on us in.
Who
You
was
want
it?
Speed? Cheetahs can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. They can peak out at over 70 miles per hour.
Who was
A
it?
cheetah on a Sunday morning jog can still get pulled
Well,
over
I'm gonna
on
send them to
turnpike.
Jeebus.
Ain't that
I'm
crazy?
gonna
Wanna see
end
some
their
long
life
jumping?
subscription to
Cougars
Earth right
can
now.
clear 45 feet horizontally on an off day. You want to see a cat get high minus the catnip? The
Someone in
circle jumps
Discord.
so high that
God
their meal
fucking
prep
damn
literally
it.
involves pimp slapping birds right out of the air. And for powerlifting, here we have a literal deadlift by a leopard using.
You're not gonna
only
say their
its
name because you know his
Yes,
cats
that
have
is
like
a lion. Yes, that is a giraffe. And speaking
name
of
me cuss,
leopards,
a
they're also
motherfucker.
gymnasts on steroids that turn
Motherfucker.
trees into jungle gyms. And if you think you're safe
That's
from the smoke
York.
and water, keep in mind that the caiman is part of one of the most successful group
York,
of
I'm gonna
predators
send
in
you to
history.
Jeebus now. Your
Also
life
was an
subscription has
aquatic equalizer
officially
in the form
ended.
of a cat to wreck their entire game plan. Not to mention jaguars have been seen swimming
God
clear
damn it.
across the Panama Canal. Yeah, that one. Also, they have a hydraulic press for a jaw. God help you if you get caught in it. And all I need
Oh,
to say
God.
about tigers is that this is an Indian gar, and even this walking Red Bull
Damn.
logo can get choked out by a 500-pound striped giga.
That's like, I'll fight that.
And I don't even need to say anything about lions. Those triceps speak for themselves. Cats
Yeah,
are
bro.
nature's population control, and there isn't anywhere on Earth outside of the Devil's Ice Ring that doesn't have some kind of
Say
cat
hi.
like it. Even
How's
the
your
travel-sized
day?
ones are a menace. The deadliest cat in the world is the African black-footed cat, and because of their metabolism, not
Yeah.
only can they catch up to 15 bodies a night, they also have a hunting success rate of 60%. Not even lions, tigers, and leopards.
Bro,
can touch
it's
that.
69.
There's a
Get
reason
it
why
right.
domestic cats put billions of animals on shirts a year. And sometimes they turn entire species into history lessons.
Yeah.
Unlike their wild cousins, a lot of times with domestic cats, they do it just for fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
you think it's cute, but it's bloodlust.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
a mouse, an op with whiskers is like
Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah.
They do be inevitable, especially
Yeah.
when you factor superpower number 9. Cats can teleport. I'm dead serious. Cats do this thing where they just spawn wherever the plot
Yeah,
is at.
dude,
As solitary hunters.
bro, I'll be honest with you. It happens to me every day I wake up. I like the moment I go outside my door, I just end up like, 5 miles away from my house from like the nearest claw machine. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? I was literally just in my house like 5 seconds ago. Where the fuck? I go look back. I was like, what the fuck? The moral of the story is, this is why you always just keep your clothes on you at all times. I don't know how that works. It just does.
Cats can cover insane amounts of distance in times that really make no sense. Take mountain lions, for example. Young male cougars will often travel hundreds of miles away from their mother's territory to find their own.
Yeah.
In 2009, a tagged cougar took a walk that took him from Black Hills, South Dakota,
Mm-hmm.
all the way to Greenwich, Connecticut. Basically, he hiked from Mount Rushmore to 30 miles from Manhattan. And it's not just cougars that go cross
Yeah.
country.
Can you guys
A
do that?
tiger named
Exactly.
T1 managed to walk 800
Those
miles
cattles are
across
overpowered.
India in only a few months, fueled by nothing but the power of horny. And of course, there's a story
Of
about
horny.
Pepe, a jaguar that randomly showed up in Arizona just outside Tucson. I could really keep going. From June 2017
Nah,
to
jaguar,
July
though.
2018, a young lynx trekked from a wildlife refuge in Alaska all the way into the heart of the Yukon. A trip that totaled 2,174 miles. His name
300.
was Hobo, by the
Oh
way.
my god, that's a lot.
Can't even make that up. But the best story of teleporting cats was Clementine Jones. She was a cat in New York whose family left her behind because they were moving and they figured the trip would be too hard on a pregnant cat. Oh, little did they.
Aww.
Clementine spent a couple of months with
Power
her
of horny
kittens,
is
and one day
strong.
just
With
headed out
any
and
will
popped
of the
up at her old
father,
family's home,
the horny,
1,600
yeah.
miles away in Denver. And it's not even like the family got tricked by a dupe. Clementine was born with an extra toe and had a burn mark on her shoulder. There was no mistaking her. There's only one cat
Damn.
that's arguably more impressive, and you saw it coming as soon as you clicked on this video. Superpower number 10, mind control.
Yeah.
It's all because of a little parasite called, you know the name, Toxoplasma gondii. It all
I don't know what that
starts when
means,
this
but
parasite
okay,
enters
continue.
a cat because they literally only reproduce in their bowels, and their eggs don't get past until the cat has a movement, usually in a litter box. Now here's the problem. The Toxoplasma gondii needs to find a way back into the cat in order to hit restart on its life cycle, and the best way to do that is by setting up shop inside one of the animals on its grocery list. The only issue is no mouse that values its life is going anywhere near a death sentence with toe beans to make it happen. So the parasite, which by the way basically uses the mouse
One,
as a
two,
layover,
three, four. Oh.
they begin to rewire its brain in order to remove the fear of cats. And I don't even know how, but infected mice can even start fiending for cat pee.
Bro.
With more irrational confidence than a father of four in an Instagram model's comments, it's easier for the mouse to get body bagged by its #1 op. Thus repeating this vicious mouse cycle. And of course,
We're
we now believe
powerful.
that when this same parasite invades us, they do the same thing they would to a mouse. Which is why popular opinion is that the Toxoplasma parasite causes an unreasonable
God.
attraction to cats. And it's possible that this factory reset of our personality is due to the parasite making enzymes that control dopamine. And it's not just humans that can get infected. Turns out afflicted hyena cubs end up bolder in the face of lions, which is a great way for them to get invited to a meet and greet with Mufasa. It's not 100% proven that the parasite's responsible for all the cat people
Bro,
in the
there's
world,
so
but
many
hear me
cats
out.
here.
There's
Holy
proof that
shit.
This parasite was present in ancient Egyptian mummies, and these were the people that straight up worshipped them. Not to mention up to a third of all people alive right now have it, and most have no idea. And that's why I say cats have the wildest plot armor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because real talk, only cats could spin a parasitic infection into a way of living rent-free. Trust me, I would know.
Isn't that right, Maple? And that's why cats are the most broken animals in nature.
With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book. Hold on. Sorry, girl. Okay. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book, 100
Spin.
Animals That Can, Redacted, Kill You. Link in the description if you want to see for yourself. But make sure you drink water, hug your mother, hug a cat. It might just save your life. And
Exactly.
if he allows it, I'ma see y'all
Bro, that face
in
though.
the next one.
Aw, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Okay.
All right. You're welcome. This is why you guys got to see like, okay, look up like VTuber Catos and follow and subscribe to all of them so you can extend your life service on Earth.